It's now time for NTV Business, and the number of tourist arrivals last year increased by just 1.2% compared to 2018, representing the increasing challenge that the government faces in making the country a more attractive proposition for tourists the world over. Earnings from tourism went up by 3.9% to 163.6 billion shillings from 157.4 billion shillings in 2018. Here's Lillian Kiarie with the sector's annual performance.
The growth of 1.2% in the number of tourists who visited Kenya last year is a wake-up call not only for stakeholders in the industry, but also for policymakers in other government ministries. The reason? Kenya has potential for far much higher growth per annum if only the key reforms can be implemented in the tourism industry. Going forward, one thing is certain, that competition from regional neighbors will become stiffer. Arrivals through the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport stood at 1.42 million, making up 70% of total arrivals. Mombasa's Moi International Airport had 128,222 visitors access the country through it. These numbers have raised concerns in government.
It's more expensive to go to Rwanda than go to maybe London.
I think it's very important for the government to establish a state department of aviation where they can be focused and increase an investment into the aviation sector. So issues of turbulences of Kenya Airways needs to be addressed quickly. The issues of, again, inefficiency and frustration at Kenya Airport authorities and Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, those are issues need to be addressed.
Yet again, the United States of America was Kenya's leading source market, with 2019 numbers growing by 9% to 245,437 arrivals. Kenya Airways direct flights to New York have played a key role in boosting the number of Americans visiting Kenya for tourism or business purposes, and it is hoped that the same can be said of trade volumes between the two nations. Uganda was second with 223,000 tourists, while Tanzania, with whom Kenya has had a number of diplomatic tiffs in recent years, was third with 193.7 thousand. The United Kingdom was fourth with 181,000, representing a drop which has been attributed to Brexit, and in fifth place was India with 122.6 thousand. China, Germany, France, Italy and South Africa complete the top 10 in that order. Most of the visitors were between 35 to 44 years old. The new data comes hot on the heels of reports that some entities in the hospitality industry are scaling down their operations or even folding up in light of tough economic times.
All hotels are closing down. It's only one hotel that is closing down. But the way you're presenting it is gloomy. I am opening the Pullman Hotel, managed by the Accor Group from France. 300 rooms are opening.
The report indicates that about 63.5% of tourists coming into the country come in for holidays, while 13.5% of them just come in for business. The rest usually come in to visit their friends or family, or even for educational purposes. Now, CS Balala is disputing these numbers, saying that there are actually more tourists who are coming in for business, but they just prefer saying that they are here for holiday to avoid disclosing their financial situation. Lillian Kiarie, NTV.